You live, baby. Look, I know it's a different face than you're used to seeing. A lot more handsome, if you ask me. A lot more handsome, but you know, it can't all be as handsome as me, you know. All right. So today, for the next hour or so, I'm Mike, by the way, one part of Speakeasy Sports in the podcast. We're going to try and start doing this thing every week after Sunday, and we're going to kind of go over the games from Sunday, and I'm going to do my best 3-word description in each game. What up, Desi? And how I felt about those games, and we'll go from there. We'll take any questions, comments. Anybody wants to join, holla at ya, boy. So let's get it cracking. Let's see. Should I talk about Thursday? We'll talk about Thursday. It's Thursday night. Packers beat up 49ers team. I'm surprised the 49ers put up 17, to be honest with you. I mean, Nick Mullins, like, literally could just be our trash man. We would never know the difference. That team is just completely destroyed. I feel bad for everybody. I guarantee Richie James is going to be like the hottest waiver pickup for sure. So if you're a fantasy people, I mean, look at Richie James after this game on the waiver. If you're a struggling team or you're a wire team, he's probably going to be a hot commodity just because he had a huge game. But Packers 49ers Thursday Night Football. I mean, that was just like a manhandle. I'm not even gonna talk anymore about that game because, I mean, vintage Aaron Rodgers. Like, Aaron Rodgers has been the last couple of years, super wishy-washy. Like, one day you get what he did, like 25 for 31, 305, and 4 touchdowns. Next game you get like 18 for 23, 195 yards, a touchdown, interception. So, I don't know. Aaron Jones, I mean, pretty much not there. Devontae Adams had another career game. So, anyways, we're not going to talk about that any longer. Let's get into Sunday. Texans Jaguars. Complete shit show. This game, I don't know if anybody watched it. I was watching it like here and there. Like, what are the Texans doing? First of all, you trade, I mean, one of the best receivers of our time, of my generation. I mean, next to like Calvin and Julio. Like, you trade for David Johnson, who you hope can bounce back from his injury after injury after injury. He carries the ball 2 times. You give him to him twice. Duke Johnson, 16 carries, 41 yards. Don't even understand what the hell happened there. And Jake Luton, household name, comes in and you almost lose to the Jags. DJ Shark, I'm glad I drafted him, but like 7 catches, 146 yards. Jake Luton, everybody. This guy, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, I knew Minshew was hurt. But like the head cook at the fucking Burger King down the road started for the Jaguars, which is just, I mean, it almost beat like another bad team. So 3 words, a complete shit show. Shit show is going to be hyphenated or one complete word. Technically, it's 2 words, but oh man. Another shit show. I mean, I wish I could use the same title for multiple games because Giants Washington. So Sunday or Saturday night, I'm on Bet TNT, and I'm looking at lines, and I had like an 8 pick parlay going. I didn't go through with it. I backed out, like, thankfully, because I would have fucking lost a lot of money. But I picked the line. The lines were like plus 155. And then Washington was like minus 105, I want to say. So these 2 games would have literally lost me a lot of money. What's up, Grunt Talks? I'm not going to hear any MLB here today, but I'm always down to chat some Major League Baseball anytime you're down. And yes, the shit show is very accurate for that game. But so Giants Washington, close game. Two really, really bad football teams. In my opinion, one on paper is much worse than the other. And I'm surprised the Giants got it together. And Daniel had a live the other night, and they're talking about this game and what they should do with Daniel Jones. And he's winning, so it sucks. It's like Matt Patricia's like competitive enough to where the Lions aren't firing him. It's kind of the same thing with Daniel Jones. Like their defense is good enough that's allowing him to have a job still. And it's kind of whack. Like you wasted a very high draft pick on him. I have a feeling if they sneak inside the top 5, they're going to take a quarterback this draft, because I mean, you just can't do anything. It's not like they haven't had weapons either to be somewhat successful. But Daniel Jones literally plays himself out of games, in my opinion, makes terrible decisions, bad throws, holds the ball too long, doesn't know when to get rid of it. So this game, Giants won 23-20 to Washington. We're going to go with the description of The Little Giants, one of my favorite football movies of all time. I mean, and the Giants are definitely not giant right now. So, you have weapons, you have to use them, and they're just not used. It's yes, Saquon's hurt. We get it. But at the end of the day, you have a solid receiving core. You have a very athletic tight end. A solid defense. Your Bill Peppers has been having a great year there. Logan Ryan's been having a great year. Capitalize, just capitalize. Let's see. Ravens Colts. Man, this game, I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch this live, but this was like the battle of the punters at first. It was like who could give the other team worse field position. And the Colts were doing that until Jonathan Taylor fumbled. So we're going to call this one the Coffin punter. If anybody remembers that game in Madden, when you used to do like the mini games, like the practices and stuff, there was like a Coffin punter game where you had to get it inside like a target, and you'd score points. So we're going to call this one the Coffin punter. But I mean, Baltimore played great. Their defense was great. I mean, it's tough. Phillip Rivers can't throw a football anymore. He throws nearly like sidearm. And I don't know how there's any velocity on the ball. Jonathan Taylor looked atrocious, although he had a touchdown. I mean, the Colts defense held him in there because Lamar Jackson didn't have a good game either. 170 yards through the air, 60 rushing. Wasn't pretty. So it's kind of a defensive struggle there. So we'll go with a Coffin punter. Not a good game. This one I don't really want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. This one hurt. Lions Vikings. First of all, I hope Matt Stafford's healthy. I hope he's healthy for the sake of not for him coming back and playing for us the rest of the year. There's no point. There's no point for us to win any more games or attempt to. I hope he's healthy for the sake of him being able to find somewhere else to play next year. Hopefully we can move him and he's healthy enough to where it's appealing for teams to trade for him, because so talented, such a talented quarterback, such a talented arm, and like just no support. No support at all. DeAndre Swift, 13 carries, 64 yards, averaging 5 yards a carry, and you stopped giving him the ball within 2 minutes. 2 minutes into the third quarter was his last carry. This guy's averaging 5 yards a carry, and you stop giving him the ball. It does not make any sense. I don't know what the hell Matt Patricia is doing, or anybody who's ever been in a Lions uniform on the sideline calling plays. Completely miserable. We have zero identity. Doesn't make any sense. We were effectively running the ball. Kerryon Johnson's averaging 7 yards a carry. AP was averaging 4 yards a carry. Doesn't make any sense. trade Stafford. If we got a decent draft pick, I would for the sake of Matt Stafford in his career, 100%. I'd trade him anywhere he can win, anywhere that puts him in contention to win a game. 100% agree. So I'm not going to say he throws a lot of picks. He definitely throws interceptions. I mean, last year before he got hurt, we were talking possible MVP run. He tries to make plays because nobody else is helping him on the field. I mean, offensive line, he was just getting murdered by the Vikings defense, which isn't even that good this year. Not to mention our defense played like shit. But I'm not going to say he throws a lot of picks. Yeah, he did have 2 interceptions, but he's trying to make throws he shouldn't be making and doing everything he can to try and win ball games. Yeah, Devin 99, fire Patricia. So this is what's weird. This is So I think Matt Patricia, when he was in New England, got all the credit for no reason. We all know Belichick's a defensive-minded head coach, and we all know at the end of the day he was really, calling the plays. Matt Patricia sat there, his fucking fat ass, with covering his mouth with a playbook like this, and just telling or hearing what is being told to him, and he's calling the plays from whoever's in the booth. And he gets all the credit, of course, because that's his position, defensive coordinator, right? He's going to get all the kudos. So, yes, Matt Patricia has no idea what he's doing. With that being said, our coaching staff, historically, terrible. And Matt Stafford has never had. So here's my thing with Matt Stafford. He's never had a sports system, and this isn't me just because I'm a homie, because I'm a Lions fan. He's always been missing multiple pieces of a team around him. So when we had a strong defense with Sue, Fairley, Slay, everybody healthy, best run defense in the league, blah, 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 blah. Offense wasn't there. Coaching wasn't there. Offensive play calling was not there. Vice versa, when we have a very strong offense, defense is abysmal. We don't have anything going there. Coaches, blah, 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 blah. So he's never had a consistent run game, consistent coaches, consistent defenses. He's never had that, and I feel bad for him. So yeah, we need to fire, like, literally from the top down. Bam, gone. Everybody, 100%. I agree. So that's why we're gonna call this game fuck the Fords. How's that sound? Sounds great to me. Dalvin Cook is a top 3 running back, man. I think Dalvin Cook's going to start running away with rushing titles in the next couple of years. He is when he gets the ball, he is literally he explodes through a hole. Like, he is taking off like a fucking rocket and hitting holes hard. He's not making a decision before his mind's made up. He's running through whatever gap is going to be there, whatever play call. If not, he's pushing the ball outside, which is what you should do. You shouldn't be like, Le'Veon did it great because he had a great offensive line. There's some running backs who do it really, really well. AP is super patient. He's done that very, very well through his career. But there's some running backs who just run with a full head of steam, and that's Dalvin Cook. That's what Zeke could do when their offensive line was healthy. That's what running backs who are fast enough to break a deep play, but strong enough to get through the middle and run through the middle. And Dalvin Cook's by far probably he's definitely top 3 right now. But I can see him competing with people for rushing titles in the next few years, maybe next year. The Vikings aren't strong enough yet. I don't think they don't have a passing attack good enough for that. Not sponsored. But we are open for conversations. Bang. So if you see this, hit me up. Devin, how would I feel about Eric Bieniemy? I'd be open to it. So here's the thing. I'd be open to fucking anything at this point. It's weird. So he's been fortunate in Kansas City, right? He has a quarterback who can make his own decisions, and he has the arm to do so. If it's a busted play, whatever the case is, he has the talent to carry it to the next. He has the speed with Tyreek Hill. He's had other Mecole Hardman. He's had quick running backs to get out in the open. He's had a great offensive line, best tight end in the league. So I would be a little skeptical of Bieniemy coming in, just because how solid the Chiefs have been doing consistently. And I don't know how much is necessarily him. but I would love it from like an offensive play calling standpoint. Like just to have that offensive minded head coach, because we haven't really had one. We haven't really had an offensive minded head coach. Jim Schwartz was defensive minded. Jim Caldwell, he was more of like a true leader, like an integrity guy. He wasn't really one sided, more defense than anything. And now we have Matt Patricia, who fucking doesn't even know how to cook popcorn in a microwave. So that's where we're at. But I'd be open to that. I think, depending what weapons we have, for if Stafford's still here, if he's not here, then we'll see. Fire everyone in the coaching staff except the special teams coach and our O-line coach. Our special teams have been playing really well. 2-block punts, back-to-back games. We somehow had replacing Sam Martin. I thought was something we're not going to be able to do. I know it sounds silly. Sam Martin was a great punter. His net was super, super great. He was pinning teams back. There's rookie punters phenomenal. Devin, why do you think we should keep our O-line coach? I'm just curious. We can't run the ball. Stafford barely has any pass blocking. And that's been consistent throughout Stafford's whole career. We've never had an offensive line. Even with drafting in the first round, linemen and early second round, it hasn't produced anything. We can't run the ball effectively. We carried the ball against the Vikings. We carried the ball 21, 25 times, a handoff, not just like a quarterback rush or a sweep or anything like that. 25 times for about 140 yards, 130 yards, which is nice. But then they stop. So there's no point in I think we just need a clean slate, in my opinion. I think with new management, with Bob Quinn as a fucking moron, he's had 3 draft picks who have actually worked out. So it's tough, man. I would love to see everybody go and a clean slate come in, just to change the mantra in the locker room, just to get these guys excited again. I mean, none of our former players have ever said anything positive about playing for the Lions. I mean, Jim Caldwell had great relationships with players, but from outside of a professional relationship, there was not much. There was no other substance there. Yes, he had an okay record, playoffs. But other than that, it doesn't matter. I just want to see everybody kind of. I know it's not going to happen either because this just doesn't happen. But everybody I think just needs to get canned and just start fresh, and then have that management or coaches pick their own kind of staff, just build a bear their own coaching staff. I think that'd be the best option. What's up, BS3 Radio? How's it going, brother? Do the Lions draft the quarterback in this upcoming draft? Quarterbacks are deep this year. I will say that. Do I want us to draft a quarterback? Not unless it's late, or if something crazy happens and we get a top 3 QB, like a Justin Fields. Obviously, we're not going to get Trevor. There's definite quarterback options out there. It all depends. If we can trade Stafford, and get a decent draft pick, then maybe we reach for a quarterback. I think Chase Daniel would be good to sit on for a year. He could play here for a year. We could fucking lose every game next year, then maybe take a quarterback the following year. I don't think we're prepared in any way for us to draft a rookie quarterback for him to come in and immediate start. Unless we get a top 5 pick and pick a top 3 quarterback, it wouldn't make any sense to do. Although I wouldn't be opposed to it. It just really depends. As long as we don't do something like a Lions thing and waste, one of our top 10 pick that we're probably going to have on a quarterback that isn't a top 3 quarterback, then I'd be open to it. But, at this point, it's just, there's no point, in my opinion. Devin, I think our O-line has improved the reason I feel they have been getting worse is because our play calling is so predictable. Our play calling is predictable. And I think last year, Danny and I were talking about how predictable. It might've been our buddy Rodney. But if it was like a short down situation, like 2nd and 3, 3rd and 2, it was crazy. We were literally they were calling the same plays, just opposite ends of the field. They're calling like a little wide receiver screen, every single time. And I'm just like, why are we not hammering the ball up the middle? It's because we couldn't fucking block. We couldn't run block. And that's what it is. I mean, it's tough. And Devin, and don't get me wrong, Our O-line does look a little stronger rushing wise. Stafford's getting hit a lot, which is not cool. But our play calls aren't consistent enough to keep up with rushing the ball. If we're only rushing the ball, if we're averaging over 6 yards per carry as a team rushing the ball, and we only hand the ball off 25 times and stop between 3 different running backs, that doesn't make any sense. If DeAndre Swift's if he's fucking averaging 5 yards a carry and he has 13 carries, why stop giving the ball? Feed, like, this is something that other teams do very, very well. Like, if you're running back by committee, whatever running back is doing the best should be getting just feed them until it doesn't fucking work anymore. Like, until it does, like, just don't stop that. And I get, like, Chase Daniel came in, he threw the ball a little bit. They weren't handing the ball either. DeAndre Swift's last carry was with like 8 minutes left in the third quarter. They just stopped. They just gave up. Anyways, moving on from this game, we're going to call it Fire the Fords. Shout out Tyler Conklin. What up, easy in the house. Shout out Tyler Conklin. We got to have a word with. We got to talk about this. Hold on. We got to talk about this. Tyler, you're probably not going to see this. For those who don't know, Tyler Conklin, number 83, tight end, Vikings. Went to mine in Easy's high school. Man-child. This man is too athletic to not see targets. Like, Kyle Rudolph has been non-existent. Like, he's on his way out. He's got to be on his way out because Irv Smith is a freak athlete too. Tyler's a freak athlete. Yes, I get, like, Tyler's a great in blocking schemes, but this guy's got to see targets. 6'4", probably 240. Quick, has good hands, can jump, played college basketball before he transferred to Central. Like, I'm praying for this guy's first touchdown every week. Like, there's no reason why this guy can't get out and give him the ball. So we got to see that. We got to talk about that, Vikings. We got Kirk, from a Michigan State guy to a Central Michigan guy. You got to give the fucking kid the chance to get the ball, man. All right. We run up the middle with AP so much. We got to use Swift and not run him up the middle. We got to give him space. Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I agree. They do run Swift up the middle a lot, but he has a great average carry volume. He's averaging like 4.5 yards a carry, I think, for the season, or somewhere around 5. The guy can run the ball. He's small, but he doesn't stop moving. His feet are constantly churning. He's a stud, man. He's a stud. I think if he gets the ball if he carries the ball 20 times a game, he can average somewhere around 100 yards a game, no problem. He can rush for 1,200 yards a season consistently, just off of his vision alone. And I mean, he doesn't have, like, he's not the quickest guy, or he's not the fastest guy. He's quick, but we just gotta have consistency. Same thing with AP. AP still has it in him to where if he got the ball 25 times a game, he'd average over 100 yards a game without question. And we just don't do that. So, all right, next, Bears Titans. Damn, Nick Foles threw the ball 52 times. I didn't think he was throwing the ball that much. Well, I guess it makes sense because David Montgomery is just absolutely trash. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Yeah, we'll for sure get Tyler back on, hop on a live after the season for sure, 100%. Bears Titans. So Ryan Tannehill played awful, right? Nick Foles, not bad. David Montgomery, abysmal. 2 yards. He averaged 14 carries, averaged 2 yards per carry. Fucking just miserable, right? Allen Robinson, good game. We are top 3 in the league and running up the middle, and the Saints are last. And I think Swift's play style is similar to Kamara. Definitely comparable. I think he's not even remotely close as the receiver that Alvin Kamara is. Alvin Kamara is top 3 receiving running backs in the league. It's like a Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara receiving running backs, in my opinion. No particular order. I mean, maybe that's close to order. I mean, Swift drops balls. I mean, I don't know if it's just because he's a rookie. He doesn't have it. I know, the ball's harder to find in the NFL, that kind of stuff. Stafford doesn't necessarily throw it with a lot of touch, but he can't fucking catch the ball. So similar, sure. I mean, in some aspects, I agree with that. But yeah, I digress. That's that comparison's kind of a reach. But so Bears Titans. I love Big Dick Nick. He just doesn't care, man. He just slings the ball. They trailed the whole game. No running backs. Their defense. Ryan Tannehill threw the ball 10 times. 10 times. And they won 24-17. Does a bear shit in the woods? I don't know. You tell me. Hey, go for it. That's fine. That's what it's here for. I'm here for your entertainment. Panthers Chiefs. This game was a hell of a lot closer than I thought it would be, man. Teddy Bridgewater played fucking phenomenal. Christian McCaffrey, welcome back. I just traded for him 2 weeks ago. I sent Stephon Diggs and David Montgomery for a C-Mac straight up, and got approved. And I'm happy about that. He's back, man. 10 catches, 82 yards, a touchdown, 18 carries, 69 yards. Welcome back, Christian McCaffrey. Teddy Bridgewater played great. Pat Mahomes, what can you say about this guy? I will tell you that without looking at the stats, comment how many times you think Kansas City rushed the football. Let me know. How many times do you think they rushed the football? Let's hear it. 12 times. Danny, I just said don't look at the stats. Yeah, it was 12 times exactly, you fucking cheater. Clyde had 5 carries. Le'Veon had 4 carries. Tyreek had 1, and Pat Mahomes rushed twice. Yeah, 12. They won this game on 12 carries, which is insane to me, man. Travis Kelce proves why he's the best tight end in the league. 10 catches, 159 yards. Tyreek Hill had a fucking day. 9 catches, 113, 2 touchdowns. Man. Wow. Panthers. Le'Veon had 4 for 8, 4 carries for 8 yards. Panthers had 430. Out teamed them in yards, total yards. Almost by yards per play, by first downs. On paper, the Panthers really should have won this football game. But knick-knack, paddywhack. Pat Mahomes is just on another level, man. Someone dropped Austin Hooper. Should I drop Font for him? I mean, Russ, so here's the thing with tight ends. If you don't have, although he's hurt, if you don't have a Kittle, if you don't have a Kelce, Ertz is kind of irrelevant. If you don't have like one of those guys, tight ends is kind of irrelevant because everybody is similar. I wouldn't drop Fant for Hooper. What other tight end? I mean, if you want to check real quick and let me know what other tight ends you have available. But if you don't have one of those top tight ends, it's not even a position I would stress over. If you can consistently, like, if you're in a PPR league, most tight ends are averaging like 8 to 12, anywhere from 8 to 12 points, unless you have a Kittle, unless you have a Kelce, unless you have like a Hunter Henry from last year. There's not, or 2 years ago, there's not much else you can go. So Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz is probably coming back in like 3 or 4 weeks. I would leave it as is, and kind of see what's going on there. I wouldn't pick up Austin Hooper for sure. Not a chance, especially Cleveland's too inconsistent. I mean, you might see an uptick just with Odell being out, but we don't know what's going on with Baker. Baker's hurt, or he had COVID or something. He might not be playing this week. I would just kind of hang on to it. unless you can trade for a top tight end. My opinion. All right, next we got Seahawks Bills. So like something inside of me doesn't want to believe that the Bills are a good football team. It's weird, man. It's weird to hear. It's weird to see. And this game solidifies that they're a good football team. Their defense is phenomenal. Josh Allen is just like he's a big, strong arm. I didn't think he was gonna be able to pick apart teams as quickly as he did from like a seeing the field perspective. I didn't think he was gonna be able to read defenses as strong as he did. I thought he was more of like a gunslinger. But this guy's strong, man. He's tough. He runs the ball. He lowers his shoulder. He's fucking huge. And he makes good decisions. He makes really good decisions. And it shows, man. Like he had Stephon Diggs 9 for 118, John Brown 8 for 100, Gabriel Davis 4 for 70. That's such a good point. Whoops. That's such a good point. They're as good as Josh Allen is. So I guess if he has a bad game, they're going to lose. But their defense is phenomenal, man. Tremaine Edmonds, Micah Hyde, Justin Zimmer, like these guys are making tackles, making plays. Jordan Poyer, Trey White. They just have a really, really solid team around them. Running backs, shaky. I thought Devin Singletary was going to be fucking, a workhorse running back style. But it's weird. It's weird to see. It's weird to see. They averaged less than 2 yards a carry yesterday, and they won the game. They beat the Seahawks, which, Easy's a diehard. I'm not gonna say diehard. He's a big Russ fan, and I'm a Russell fan too. I don't think he. I mean, I think he's a really good quarterback. He's definitely top 5. But for him to be outplayed, like that was pretty impressive. Man, I'm still like shocked that they put up 44 and beat the Seahawks. Give me 1 second. All right. Got Broncos Falcons. The Falcons are the most confusing team in the NFL because just like you said, they're as good as Josh Allen is. The Falcons are as good as Matt Ryan is. And Matt Ryan, in my opinion, is probably the most inconsistent quarterback of all time. Especially with the talent he's had. And it's weird to see. And although the Broncos aren't the best team, Drew Lock, Drew Lock's starting quarterback. Melvin Gordon's been fucking abysmal. They have a good receiving core, good young receiving core, which is awesome. Hopefully they get like a better quarterback inside there to kind of help them. If Melvin Gordon comes back to form, they're actually like a really good football team. But it's fucking Matt Ryan is like what? I don't understand, man. First of all, they had a fucking Greek god, Alameda Zacchaeus. Sounds like somebody from the fucking Gladiator movie. 4 catches, 103 yards, and a touchdown. No idea who that guy is. I'm going to be honest with you. Hayden Hurst, that's a tight end. Russ, if you can trade for Hayden Hurst, you should be able to get him for next to nothing. Solid option, if I'm being honest. Julio, is distracting, 5 for 54. Russell Gage, non-existent. And Todd Gurley, non-existent in the passing game. Weak defense. This team's confusing. Like the Falcons can literally go to the fucking NFC Championship game every year if Matt Ryan plays good football. So I'm not really. I don't know. That game was confusing to me. The team's confusing to me. I don't know. That's how I feel about Ben Roethlisberger too. Like Ben Roethlisberger is super weirdly inconsistent. So I'll leave it at that. Raiders Chargers. Man, this game. Last play of the game, 2 seconds left. Dude, let me tell you what. Justin Herbert is going to be a stud, an absolute stud. This guy has no fear. I thought when he was at Oregon, he made questionable passes, and he still does. That's he's going to adjust to it. But this guy can straight up ball. He is a fucking baller, and I loved every second of it. I can't stand Derek Carr. I can't stand the Raiders. I don't know how they're 5-3. So it's kind of annoying. It sucks. The last play of the game, if you guys were watching, I was eating dinner watching it. I had Justin Herbert. I picked him up on waiver, started him because I just thought like he just slings the ball. He just 300. He's averaged like 300 yards and at least 2 touchdowns the last like 5 games. And he's just playing great football right now. Last play of the game, 2 seconds, throws a tight end. Was called touchdown, gets reversed because he didn't keep possession. Unfortunately, so the Chargers, he played his way back into that game. A little inconsistent rushing the ball, which is tough. Same thing with the Raiders. The Raiders defense kind of just stepped up for him a little bit. Nelson Aguilar has finally been a productive wide receiver. I remember I drafted him his rookie year and out of UFC, his first year with Philadelphia, and I was so high in this guy. And I don't know, Danny, if you remember me ever talking about him back then, but I was just fucking thrilled to have him. And he did absolute shit his whole career in Philly, and now he's actually having a productive year, so good for him. Darren Waller, solid tight end, he's not having the volume of yards, but he's still getting a decent amount of targets and catches, which is solid. The Raiders do have a pretty solid defense, so I'm not gonna lie. So that was a great game to watch. If you guys didn't have a chance to watch that, I feel bad. Feel bad. Yeah, man, weird 2020. I'm just gonna leave that there the rest of the time I'm on here because that is facts. That is facts, man. This one, man, it's Tua time. So in college, Tua stepped in that championship for Jalen Hurts, and threw that deep ball in the overtime, and he blew up. Right, had a good college career. He's undersized, left-handed. We'll see how it goes. Great game though. Fucking Dolphins are 5-3. Cardinals 5-3. But it was cool to see Kyler and Tua play against each other because they're both undersized, strong arms, good decisions, quick. Kyler Murray though, let's talk about this. Put the team on his back, man. Put the team on his back. 21 for 26, 283 and 3 touchdowns. Rushed 11 times for 106 yards for a touchdown. That's how you that's how you win football games. You have to make decisions. I just dropped Christian Kirk too, and he had 5 catches for 123 and a touchdown. Shit happens. I hate how the Dolphins won this game because Kyler just played out of his mind, but Tua made some great decisions too in the long run, and he had a clutch touchdown at the end to win it. Dolphins won 34-31. So I know I called the first game I did the shit show, but this was actually the shit show. The Steelers Cowboys. How do you almost lose to the Cowboys? Ben went 29 for 42, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. And you win on like the last play, like the last 2 minutes of the game. You almost lost to Garrett Gilbert. Zeke, just fucking first year I ever drafted him. Absolute shit. Chase Claypool, that overnight success, 1 catch, 4 yards, pretty solid. I'm sorry, that was rushing. Chase Claypool had 8 catches, 69 yards. Deontay Johnson, 6 for 77. Juju, 6 for 93. Eric Ebron had 3 catches, 22 yards, and a touchdown. Still can't stand that man either, but hey, get it how you live. This game was just garbage. This game was so tough to watch. The Steelers were moving the ball through the air, couldn't get in the end zone. Cowboys fucking couldn't tie their shoes. Tough game, especially for an 8-0 team. They just didn't look. It was not a good win. A win's a win, but garbage. Now this is the last game from last night, Sunday Night Football game, prime time. Two of the best quarterbacks of all time. Not the best because Peyton retired. So let's talk about it. Saints 38, Bucks 3. What in the hell happened here? Lost for words, especially because if those who know me, I'm not the biggest Tom Brady fan. I always thought he was a system guy. He could read defenses, pretty solidly. I mean, make good choices, doesn't ever get hit. Has always had great offensive lines, great scheme, all that kind of stuff. 22 for 38, 209 yards and 3 interceptions. They rushed the ball 5 times and just got fucking eaten alive. Mike Evans, Malcolm Jenkins literally took Mike Evans out of the game. Wasn't even close. Held Mike Evans every time he guarded him. He had like 6 targets, no catches. AB, I think Antonio Brown's going to have a big role in Tampa Bay. As soon as he gets more acclimated with the play calling. The Saints defense though is not that good, man. They're inconsistent. They have good corners, they have good safety. Malcolm Jenkins, Janoris Jenkins, Marshawn Lattimore. But I mean, with the weapons you have, how do you only put up 3 points? Like, I just don't understand, man. Leonard Fournette gets 1 carry. Ronald Jones 3 carries. You rushed the ball 5 total times, and Blaine Gabbert had one of those rushes. Bruce, what the fuck are you doing? It doesn't make any sense, man. Gronk had 1 catch for 2 yards. Like, how I could go out there and put up points. You can literally throw the ball to 7 different players in the field that are more athletic than the other side, and this is what we got. So, Peyton Manning's greatest of all time. Tom Brady's been in the league he's 40 years old. Shut up. Disgusted. And the fact that he put up 5 points on my fantasy team. All right. So tonight, Patriots, Jets. 2 bad football teams. One obviously worse than the other. Jets defense kind of inconsistent. They held the Bills to 18 points, but I think they're giving up like 30 points a game. I think this is a good opportunity for Cam to show why he's, a decent quarterback. But they're super inconsistent too. So we'll see what happens. If the Jets get their first win against Cam Newton, easy, you'll never hear the end of it. Because we've had arguments about Cam Newton winning the MVP season literally all the time, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. But that's gonna be it for my super random, unprepared review of the games from yesterday, and I'll be seeing your cute asses real soon. Appreciate you guys hanging out. And don't forget to follow Speakeasy Sports, YouTube, Facebook. Twitch is Easy313. YouTube.com/Speakeasy Sports. Facebook.com/Speakeasy Podcast, or Facebook.com/Speakeasy Sports Show. I'm Mike. What up, Justin? Appreciate you stopping in. We're just getting ready to finish up here. Follow me on socials too. Twitch.tv/Mwhiddy. Hop on, play some Call of Duty. If not, Danny and I got some stuff coming towards you. Justin, what kind of pizza? Hold on, Justin. Hold on. Justin, where are you from? What state? What state are you from, Justin? Jersey. All right. So where'd you get your pie from? Like a little pizza diner. You walked in. They heated it up for you. It was already pre-made. What are we talking here? Are we talking fat Jersey slices? What are we talking? I gotta know. Hey, I'm not from Jersey, but I'm gonna Google that because I'm gonna be honest with you. My time on the East Coast when I was in college and stuff, I'm a huge East Coast pizza guy. Pepperoni baked. Okay. I don't care how old he is, bro. Pizza's pizza, man. All right. Justin, you're familiar with El Presidente, right? One bite. Give us your rating on hope I don't get copyright flagged for this, but give us your rating. I went to my freshman year, I went to Community College of Baltimore County. I had a lacrosse scholarship, and then I transferred to UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and played lacrosse there. But I had a lot of friends that lived in Jersey and New York, so we used to hang out, on breaks and stuff. If we weren't traveling for games, we would go to the city and stuff. 8 out of 10, man. That's pretty high. That's pretty high, bro. That's question. Hold on. That's questionable. Hold on. One bite reviews. But have they reviewed this place yet? Have they reviewed it? Oh, there's one in Old Forge. Yes, sir. Hold on. I wonder if this is the same place. Are they Justin, do you know if they're a chain or not? A pizza chain? Or is it like one This has got to be the same. This has got to be the same place. Hold on, I just want to see what he scored it. He scored it a 7-1. I'm not going to judge your little taste buds. That's fine. Pizza's pizza. You guys are going to hate, but one of my favorite pizzas is Little Caesars. Some butter Parmesan all over it. Boy. What food review would I do? So this is going to sound crazy, but I really want to I want to start doing water reviews. I'm a water connoisseur. I always have different types of water. I'm bougie when it comes to water. There's this place called Better Health Market in Michigan. It's like a healthy, like gluten-free, keto, health conscious marketplace. And I literally walked in there because I was at Home Goods. And I walked in, and it's funny because my buddy Jake was literally just telling me about this. It's called Topo Chico or Toco Chico. It's like a Spanish sparkling water, lime flavored. And I like sparkling waters. So I was like, oh dang. So it's funny. We were talking about that. I walk into this supermarket. I go to the back. I see water. I see like bottled water. And I turn, and there's literally a whole wall full of different waters. There was a Chuck Norris water. Chuck Norris has his own water. Of course, there was like Core. There was like Fiji, Waikia, Smart Water, all that kind of stuff. But then they had some like crazy, like different mineral waters. I literally just started like going like this. I was just putting waters. I'm walking around literally with probably 15 fucking big ass bottles of water. And this chick is like, hey, you want a cart? So I literally just dump all this water in his cart, and I start shoveling all this fancy ass water. It was like $3 a bottle. So that's what I would review was water. Where's the bald man with the beard? Danny is at work. I'm his counterpart. You're gonna start seeing this mug a lot more. But he is bald man with his beard is alive and well. Man, that's funny. He'll be back. He'll be back. She'll be back. So that's what I would review. I would review water. If not water, pasta. Whew. Pasta reviews. Like Dave Portnoy, he's starting to now that he has Barstool Sportsbook. Easy's Danny. DZ. That's weird. That's DZ. So he's starting to do cheesesteaks because he has Barstool Sportsbook in Philly. But like pastas, who wouldn't want to watch a pasta review? Or since I'm in Michigan and Arabic food's so popular, a shawarma review, bro, that would probably pop. Chicken shawarma reviews. Oh, whew. That'd be good. Although I need some fucking Tic Tacs on hand because my breath would be mad spicy with garlic. Mad spicy. Hey, Chris, why don't you go play in traffic? But that's about it. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm actually gonna hop off here because I'm gonna hop in my. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go live on Twitch shortly with some Call of Duty. So if anybody wants to hop in that, I'll put that in the comments. We got Twitch TV/ and I'll probably go live in the next hour or so for the night, and just fry some kids in some Warzone. If you want to get some games, and let me know. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Follow the socials, Speakeasy Sports, and we're pushing to 2,000 likes on Instagram, or followers on Instagram, and the road to 1,000 subs on YouTube is in full effect. So thank you guys for sticking with us, and we got some exciting stuff coming soon. And one thing I'm super excited about, you guys probably can't even fucking tell because I got the sweet background behind me. I bought a new ring light last night, like a key light. So I'm like, pretty official. 800 subs, that's what's up, brother. Who do I have tonight? So hopefully Darius and I will stream together soon. He doesn't really have time right now because his bye week's over, but hopefully we'll get some games of Warzone in soon. Who do I have tonight? The Patriots. The Jets are just, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it'll be probably a low scoring, close game. But it's fucking Jets. I wouldn't bet on the game because anything can happen. Cam Newton is below average, but that's what Pat's taken. Yeah, it's possible. I don't think they're going to be tanking. I don't think they're. Who knows? I don't think they're tanking. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough for you to go from an elite quarterback to someone who was never, in my opinion, was never elite. His MVP year, he was carried by the best defense in the league and had okay stats. He's still super inaccurate. He's always been inaccurate. He can't run like he used to. He's got hurt too many times. He can't throw a deep ball. He throws from here. His throwing points here. So we'll see. Poor Cam, my ass. What do you mean? You couldn't have been set up for a better chance of success than going to the Patriots. So poor Cam. Poor Belichick. But all right, guys. Appreciate hanging out. I'm out of here. I'm gonna launch my stream here shortly. I got a few things to do, and then holla at you guys later. Peace.